This to provide a supportive, positive, and positive learning experience to each member and empower them to develop communication and leadership skills. The three ground rules of a Toastmasters meeting, I will just go through it. You please keep your phones on silent. Try to keep your camera on whenever you're speaking. And if possible, try to refrain from talking about sex, politics, and religion. And if you do have something important to share, please be a little mindful and sensitive of everybody's feelings. With this, I would like to begin this meeting by calling someone. It's a very important and integral part of our Smedleys. From the time he has joined, I've seen how much he has brought changes to this club. He is a director in Capgemini. Also, he's a past founder. His resilience and perseverance is something that inspires me. I have learned what it is to be a leader who walks the talk and is courageous enough to accept failure and march ahead with exuberance and positivity. He's someone who inspires us that you can fail as many times, but don't be afraid to try again. So with that positivity, I would like to start today's meeting and call upon our most beloved president, Toastmaster President Mukund.
Thank you, Rajini, for that wonderful introduction. I don't know if I'm a past founder. I don't think I'm a past founder, but yes, I have been associated with Smedley for a long time. But
I meant entrepreneur, sorry.
Oh, all right. Okay. Oh, founder of a startup, something like that.
Yeah, startup. I think I just...
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Wonderful introduction. I'm really overwhelmed with that. Good morning, Smedlians. Vibes.
Good morning.
Right. Vibes. It's a short form for the word vibrations. Right. Allow me to go a little technical over here. Science has known vibrations from a long time, long time. We see vibrations of light. We hear vibrations of sound. Our nervous system interprets these vibrations into light, sound, smell, taste, and so on. But at the same time, our nervous system also creates vibrations based on emotions and thoughts. Now, these emotions and thoughts are sent out into the world to the people we are interacting with. Now, these emotions can range from good emotions or thoughts to bad emotions. That is where we hear positive vibes and negative vibes come into play. The emotions can range from joy, knowledge, love, appreciation, freedom, which are all positive vibes, to fear, grief, disappointment, guilt, unworthiness, depression, and so on, which are negative vibes. So there could be emotions which are in between these good and bad vibes, such as doubt, frustration, irritation, worry, so on and so forth. So if you feel happy, joyful, connected when you interact with a person, then it means you're experiencing positive vibes with that person. So friends, it is very, very important to associate ourselves with people who are on the same wavelength as ours, and steer clear from people whose outlook to life is totally different from ours. Not that they are bad. No need to judge anybody for whatever vibes they have, but it's just that they don't suit us in our respective lives, and it is better we have a minimum interaction with them. And this is not just to be happy or joyful, right? This also has a lot to do with what we are currently doing and what we want to achieve in life. So that's my small take on positive vibes, a very, very important topic, an excellent theme that we have come out with for today's meeting. So, with that said, and with that small take on the theme, friends, I would now go on to see if we have any guests. Although we have one guest, though I can't call her the guest because she has been attending our meetings for quite a long time, I would still request her to introduce herself and let us know, or if possible, she can tell us about her take on today's theme. So the first guest, Tara.
Good morning, everyone. I'm
Hello.
Tara from Singapore, and about this theme that we have today, positive vibes. I really, really love the poster that Varun actually sent me. It was really, really bright, and positive vibes are something that I think all people try to give off when they are interacting with new people, try getting to know them and things like that. Yeah, so definitely it'll be a good topic for us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tara, and welcome to the meeting. So we have one more guest joined, but in the meantime, I will request the second guest, who has again been with us in offline meetings and online meetings as well. So can I request Devika Nagaraja to introduce herself, please, and if possible, come on the camera.
Good
And
evening.
Devika, we want at least 3 sentences today from you.
Yes, sir. Good morning, everyone. This is Devika. I'm studying degree in SSMRV College. Um, I liked being a member in the Smedley's club. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's hear it for Devika, please. Okay, we have one more guest who has joined us now, Raghu Mahadev. Raghu, would you like to come on camera and introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. Give me a second. Can you guys see me?
Yes, we can. Hello.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. My name is Raghu. I work as a senior product manager at Motorola. So I have a friend who is TM audit today, who is Chetan, who asked me to join. So uh, we Chetan and me we are neighbors and we meet regularly every day. So he was talking about Toastmasters, and I met Chetan. In fact, I met Chetan almost like 8 years ago when we met at another Toastmasters club in Malleshwaram. So we have been friends so far, and I met him again after like 4 or 5 years, and we became neighbors now. So wanted to explore the Toastmasters, and eventually he told me to join the meeting today. So thanks for inviting me, Chetan.
Yeah, welcome. Looking forward.
Thank you, Raghu. Did you have any take on the theme? Would you like to say a couple of sentences on the theme? Positive vibes.
Yeah, positive vibes. I think because of positive vibes, I am on this call. Chetan knows that. So I think I strongly believe in the concept of getting on with people who have the positive vibes. And I was telling one of the story which was which I have went through. I had very bad association when I was in college, and Chetan knows about the story. Just 1 week ago, I was discussing with him, and I literally couldn't able to even pass my not even a single semester up until my third year of engineering. I have a track record in my whole college. So Yeah, I strongly believe in positive vibes, and I strongly believing in good friends, and moreover, having people as good friends. I believe in having books as a good friends. So you can definitely, even though if you can't find anybody, you can definitely go and buy few books who can be, inspiring for you guys. That's something that I strongly believe in.
Thank you, Raghu. I really wish that you had attended our installation ceremony. We had an excellent speaker come over and talk all about how failures are important in everybody's life. An excellent speech. If possible, Chetan can share the recording with you, and I strongly urge you to hear that speech
Yeah, well,
from the gentleman. Yeah,
yeah.
thank you.
Uh,
Thank you for making it.
I am out of college almost like 10 years.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not in college yet. Yeah.
Uh,
Anyway, thank you.
we have one more guest who just now joined, Rajesh. Rajesh, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello. Good morning, everybody. I am Rajesh. As of now, I'm a member of Garden City Toastmasters Club, and I'm looking out for a new club to join. I'll continue with Garden City as well, but I want one more to join one more club because I want to like clear few more paths in the next 1 year's time. I want to complete at least 3 to 4 paths. I have completed. I am in my fifth path now. I want to complete all the 11 paths as soon as possible. I'm in a bit of hurry, so I want to make it. So I'm looking for a new club who will help me in giving slots uh, to complete my program. Thank you, sir. Back to you.
Thank you, Rajesh, and you have come to the right place. Welcome to Smedley Speaker Society. All right. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, with this, we will carry on with today's meeting. And to take on the meeting today, all right, we have a very special person whom I call a newbie in Smedleys, newbie only to Smedleys, not newbie to Toastmasters, not newbie to the art of speaking, right? If you hear him speak, you will realize that he is already a veteran, and many of us here have got a lot to learn from this gentleman. A chartered accountant by profession, uh, a finance person who is working in one of the FMCGs, one of the very known established FMCGs on this planet, right? And a very good speaker, and who has showed a lot of interest since he has joined the club in taking part in various roles and activities. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to today's Toastmaster of the Day, Chetan Deshmukh.
Thank you, Mukund. Thank you, Mukund, for the generous introduction. I'm very pleased with that. Two individuals, Ramesh and Suresh, are working till early morning 2 a.m. It's been a 16-hour long workday. Both are hungry and super frustrated. They start on their respective bikes in search of food. After nearly searching for 30 minutes, they find a restaurant called Shetty's. Ramesh is very happy that he's found the food place. So next time he's hungry at late night, he'll just straight away go to Shetty's. Suresh, on the other hand, is a bit more curious. He applies the positive mindset to the situation and drives a hypothesis that Shetty's is near a bus stand. And next time he's hungry, he just needs to find the nearest bus stand. One of the greatest myths of our times is that time spent equals experience. Time spent practicing deliberately and reviewing your action equals experience. Curiosity with a positive mindset, my dear Toastmasters and guests, is the optimal mantra for life's difficult situation. With this, it's my privilege to welcome you all to the Smedley's Toastmasters Club and meeting number 884. The theme of the meeting, as you heard, is positive vibes. For the benefit of the guests, I would like to share the structure of the meeting. It's divided into three parts. The first is the prepared speech, wherein members will be delivering speeches based on the project and paths they have chosen. The second part is the table topics round, where members can practice thinking on their feet. Including new members will also get a chance to practice this impromptu speaking. The third and a critical part is the evaluation round, in which all prepared speeches will be judged, as well as the other aspects of the meeting as well. The more juicy section is the informal round after the recording stops, when folks just catch up and gossip. I would now like to call up the general evaluator to talk about her role and the team. Please give a hand to Bitasta, and welcome, Bitasta. Please explain your role and your team members. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Chetan, for the introduction. So, as you all know, that the most important or the crucial part of any meeting is the feedback, and I will be evaluating the entire meeting, starting from all the role players, the speeches, and the overall meeting, the vibe of the meeting. And to do that, I have a team who would be assisting me with their reports to judge the meeting. We have role players called TAC team, T for timer. So as we all also know that there is always paucity of time and we have to live by the time rule in our life. So everything is tracked by time. And for that, we have Amal, who would be noting down our time. Amal, could you please show your background?
Sorry, I am the accounter.
There will be two real. So I thought you were taking both the roles. Who is the timer?
If no one is taking, I'll take, no problem.
Yes, I believe you would have to take the timer role also if it's possible.
Go ahead, Aman. You can be the timer as well, please.
Sure.
So to track the time of our speeches of the meeting, he will be showing 3 colors in his background: green, yellow, and red. Amal, would you like to enlighten upon this timings and this background and what time you're going to show?
Yeah, just one. Let me pull out the cards. I don't know where I kept. Just one second. You can proceed with us. I will take the card
No
later. I'm
worries.
sorry for that.
No worries. So as per the timing, whenever we are sticking to the timing, for example, if our speech duration is 3 to 5 minutes, at 3 minutes, Amal will show green background to help us understand that we are on the time track. He will display yellow background whenever it's past 3. Whenever we reach 5 minutes, he's going to show or display red background to help us understand that we are now running out of time. We have to wrap it up. And a 30 seconds of buffer is given, after which we cross the time. And he will be showing red throughout. So this is something which he will be doing. So all the speakers, I would request you to pin the timer so that you can have a track of it. The next role player would be the R counter. Now, to understand and hear your thoughts, we don't want a lot of crutch words, unnecessary pause, because that distracts us from the meaning or the take that you want to express. So for that, we also have an R counter, which would also be taken up by Amal. Amal will be noting down all the crutch words, R's, arms, repetitions, the long pauses, and help us understand on what words or what unnecessary pause we can improve upon. And the last role taker would be the grammarian. The grammarian would be noting down the good usage of our English, the not so good usage, the words or the sentence that we can improve upon. And he would also be introducing the word of the day. So I would like to introduce Dilip, our grammarian of the day. Dilip, could you please come and introduce the word of the day?
Yeah, thank you, Bitasta. Word of the day is exuberant, meaning full of energy, excitement, and cheerfulness. So the usage would be the Smedley meetings are always filled with an exuberant atmosphere. So I request everyone to use the word and ensure the meeting is an exuberant one.
Thank you, Dilip. Well, exuberant, the word exudes energy and positivity, I believe. So I would encourage all of you to use this word to feel the positive vibes and have fun in this meeting. So thank you, and back to you, TMOD of the day, Chetan.
Thank you, Vidasta. Okay, that was handled very well. And thank you, Amal, for taking on both the roles. As we move forward into the meeting, I want to share a riddle with you guys on positive vibes. And towards the end, we will also share the solution or for the riddle. The riddle goes like this. So the two friends that we just heard about, right? Ramesh and Suresh. So they also happen to live in the same village. Suresh needs water and he buys the well full of water from Ramesh. Ramesh asks for a sum of money, about $100,000, and Suresh pays Ramesh the $100,000. They sign a contract on the well, and Ramesh moves on. Next day, Ramesh calls on Suresh that, hey, I have sold you the well, but not the water. If you need water, you need to pay me separately. Now Suresh is in a fix. And I want you folks to think about what Suresh can do about this situation. If you have answers, please message to me privately, and we'll talk about it as we go through the meeting. Yeah. With this, we begin the prepared speeches round. The first speaker for this round is Vijay, who will be attempting icebreaker from the path presentation mastery. The speech is interestingly titled, What's in a Name? To evaluate this speech, we have Toastmaster Dilip. Request Dilip to please read out the speech objectives.
Yeah, the speech objectives for the member to introduce himself or herself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech.
Thank you, Dilip. Vijay believes that you can't do everything in life. Why? Because if you do, where will you put them? So please put together your hands together for our Toastmaster, Vijay. Vijay, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Chetan. Throughout the history, there exists a profound question that has captured the minds and stirred the emotions. It is a question immortalized by the renowned words of William Shakespeare when he wrote, What's in a name? That we call a rose by any other name that would smell as sweet. Good morning, Toastmasters and guests. In my own life, I experienced the significance of the names firsthand. My parents gifted me a name, Malaravan, which means gentle like a flower. However, this name had a short-lived existence and did not even make to my school records. I was in a section where the first language was Tamil. I refused to attend Tamil class and to the school because the teacher had scolded me. Soon, the circumstances led me to a new environment where my first language was changed to Kannada. The language of the land embraced me, and with that came my second gifted name, Vijay, meaning victory. With this new name, I soared to the top of my class and school in Kannada as well as in other subjects for 7 consecutive years. But as the life would have it, success did not last forever. I found myself in the zone of struggle, fighting to get back to the top. It was in this struggle that my true journey in the life began. Fast forwarding my life, milestones, graduation, post-graduation from a premier institute, job, on-site opportunities, and eventually my wedding. My name, Vijay, continued to play a significant role. My engagement card proudly proclaimed, victoriously Vijay, getting engaged to Vijay Lakshmi at Vijay Vasavi Mahal, situated opposite to Vijayanagar Telephone Exchange in Vijayanagar. Coincidences abounded as photographer of the event hailed from Vijaya's studio. My friend commented that, "Are you going to Vijayawada after the wedding?" I realized that the names have way of shaping our experiences, even offering unexpected perks. Once I was waiting for a long queue at Vidyarthi Bhavan for a first for their famous crispy dosa. A simple call of Vijay, Vijay, 2 seats allowed my wife and me to sneak in and find our ways, enjoying the masala dosa by jumping the queue. As I reflect on my name, I understand that it represents more than just combination of letters. It carries a tale of triumph and failures. I experienced my first taste of failure when I was 12 years old. I did not qualify for a written exam at St. Joseph's Indian School. After that, I have had many failures, some which tore me apart. I feel that these failures that molded and shaped me over the years. My name, Vijay, might signify victory or success, but it is intertwined with numerous experiences of ups and downs. It is a reminder that my life journey is delicate balance between the achievements and the setbacks. As we contemplate the question, what's in a name? Let us remember that each name carries a unique story filled with aspirations, challenges, moments of exhilaration. Our names are not merely labels, they are reflection of our identity and the connections to our past and the future. So let us cherish our names and the narratives they hold. Embrace the failures and victories, for they are all part of a journey that shapes us into who we are. And like the essence of a rose that remains the same regardless of its name, our core remains constant through the ever changing landscape of life. So, what's in a name that whom we call Vijay by any other name would feel gentle like a flower? Mr. Toastmaster.
Think what beautiful words. Life is a balance between success and failure. Thank you, Vijay, and we know that you held true to your name. We've received a couple of answers to our riddle. I'll share those. So one of those answers is cancel the contract of and take back the money. So yes, I think that's one way to do it as well. We'll talk more about answers. Moving on to the second prepared speech. Uh, this uh, this round it is Alan who will be attempting Project Icebreaker from Path Visionary Communication. The speech is interestingly titled Yet Another Icebreaker. To evaluate his speech, we have Toastmaster Ragini. Request Ragini to read out the speech guidelines.
Hi, Chetan. Yeah. Alam will be giving his icebreaker speech. The purpose of this project is for the member to introduce himself or herself to the club and learn the basic structure of public speaking. Thank you. Over to you, Chetan.
Thank you, Ragini. Alam is someone who has a very competitive spirit, and I have seen him deliver back-to-back speeches in my last month. He believes positivity is infectious and that cures problems in life. So stay positive and help others stay positive. Let's cheer for the ever fit, ever smiling, and ever positive Alam. Alam, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Timer, please note I may take 30 seconds extra. So please don't disqualify me.
Sir, I have to follow the rules.
Yeah, discretion is yours. Okay. So having delivered many icebreaker speeches, I was thinking what I'm going to speak. So I had very little to share about myself. So I thought probably I would shed some lights on few of the things which shaped the person who I am. So in my family, like most of the family in India, that we are very hierarchical. Father at the top and being a dictator. So I remember whenever my father would enter our home, we would try to sneak out or just sit and pretend to study. We would never try to come and even talk to him. And even he would also not try. Talking back to him, it was impossible. When I see my son, I think of those days. And even with elder siblings also, it was taught to us that you don't have to talk back. And even if he beats you, it is all fine because it is part of the game. And my father, I remember that in my whole life, he would have slapped me only thrice. Still, the fear was such that I would not be able to come in front of him and speak. So whenever there would be a guest coming in, and then my father would call me, hey, come here. And then the guest will say, Beta, what is your name? So what I would do, all my 4 fingers in my mouth. There is a dictator whom I am afraid of, and he is respecting someone, and that person is asking me, how would I respond? So that was the psyche with which this introversion developed. And with friends, I'm all fine. But when it comes to authority, I would have problem. And I really fought hard to get away from this kind of feeling. It is still there to some extent, but yes, I could manage it somewhat. So this is one of the things which I would like to change, and which I have done, and probably done a bit more with my son, which I should not have done, which I feel now. And there is a second thing, which is very unusual for me, and perhaps unusual for other people also. So people call me that, hey, you are very liberal, you are very easygoing, mixed with every religion, culture, and all those kind of things. And I feel very puzzled if somebody says that kind of thing. I'm from a place which is a very small place, but now I take pride, and it has been said even before uh, by my elders, even during the partition of 1947, there was not a single unrest there. We never had any religious issues. We are so mixed up there. Not only me, even my father has been in most of the committee of Ram Leela, and Saraswati Puja was one of the best thing, then Julan Mela. We were so close knit, we never even thought about those kind of things. I would go to temples, all the temples, people knowing me that who I am, and my friends would come not for Eid celebration at my place, but Eid namaz with me, and they would hug, and this was the culture with which we grew. And now the people, when they say, hey, you are being very liberal, and you are very mixing, I feel shocked. How could this be? In recent past, people have been saying this kind of thing a bit more, but even till date, if you go to my place and if there is a Muharram procession, you would see a lot many people from other religion participating, actively participating. It is not just being there, actively participating. and they arranging snacks and water and juices and all those kind of things. And when there would be Dashara procession, the same would be done by other people. So with this kind of culture, which I grew, and I got to understand that perhaps it was very unusual for most of the people, which was not. Even if now when I talk to my friends, and we say that how good we have been. And so these are two of the things which really impacted my life. And I want one thing to be changed, this introversion, culture of introversion, to be changed to extroversion. And the feeling which is getting away from our psyche, that we are all one, that should still be intact. So these two things I wanted to highlight and say the only thing remaining from my icebreaker, which I have never shared. Back to you, Ragini. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan. That was very emotional, and you were within time. You didn't spend that extra 30 seconds. So thank you for that. Yes, we have been receiving some exuberant replies on our riddle. So one of the responses is to ask Ramesh to pay for water, and with a few conditions. He has to deliver the water personally. He cannot go close to his well by any means, as he does not own it now. And if he fails to deliver the water, he also has to pay penalty. So I think some nice answers coming through. As we move on to the third speaker, who is Nadian, who will be attempting path innovative planning. To evaluate his speech, we have Toastmaster Mukund. Request Mukund to please read out the speech guidelines and objectives.
Sure. Thank you, Toastmaster Chetan. So Nadian is attempting this speech, which is leading in your volunteer organization. Nadian has served in a leadership role in a volunteer organization for a minimum of 6 months. And he is now going to present a well-organized speech about his experience as a volunteer leader. So that is the guidelines, Chetan. Back to you.
Thank you for reading out the guidelines. Nadian comes to Smedley's Toastmasters for positive vibes. His speech is titled, Don't Bite. Please put together your hands together for Toastmasters Nadian. We are very eager to hear your speech. The stage is yours.
Imagine in my shoes, you have a full-time job. You are a full-time family man with 2 kids. You wake up one day in the morning and realize that you have signed up for an MTech, which takes almost whole of your Saturday and some of your Sunday as well. Apart from that, you have 3 key roles taken in Toastmasters: an area director, club coach, and LDP as well. The problem of plenty. What do you do in such situation? Do you want to know what I did? Don't bite more than you can chew. So the first thing I did was talk to my mentor, Nitasha, and get her inputs. On her advice, I also reached out to the LDP coordinator, Sagarish, and planned out my role in LDP such that the peak of that project doesn't overlap with critical time requirements on my other Toastmaster roles. I also planned the other Toastmaster roles, where and when and how I would spend time. That helped me to a great extent. This was just my first challenge. The second one was even bigger. How do you lead a team of leaders, club officers across the globe? Forget about leading remotely. even with someone I'm living for the last 14 years together with my wife. When I went to Domino's for a small pizza party on my birthday 2 days ago, we had a sweet little tussle on the flavor of the pizza I chose. How can you choose cheese topping on a pizza? Pizza already has a lot of cheese. You should have chosen some vegetables, right? That happens with everyone, right? And leading remotely, not just remotely. Many of the senior Toastmasters in the US do not even have WhatsApp. So WhatsApp messages or calls won't work. And you cannot call on phone also because it's ISD call. So the only medium left with you is email communication. So you need to be very crisp. You need to just stick to your top 2 points. I would rather say even 1 point, just focus on that and request them to take care of that. Whenever any longer conversation is needed, the friends you make in the other side of the world in Toastmasters fraternity help you a lot. Our division director, Mary, or co-area director, Joni, they help me to a great extent to patch things up and to sort out tougher things. Area council meetings on a regular basis helped us to be in sync. But the most important thing is when you handle such tougher communication challenges, especially, you need to be consistent. 1 month I was on a travel, I couldn't attend the area council meeting. Next month, there were some festivals in the US, followed by festivals in India. Then things frizzled out. It was a humongous effort to bring that council back in. So you need to be very consistent, set an example to run such thing. That's very critical to keep their communication channel going. The third challenge I had was to handle the senior Toastmasters there. When I was talking to a club, I boasted I was the president of Smedley's and I won the Outstanding President Award. It's a club with 17 years of experience and so on and on about my mentors and everything. And what I realized was the VP head of that club was the past district director and the president was past division director. But those things need not bog you down. Wear the right attitude. Don't boss around. Be a servant leader. Serve as a leader. If you have the right attitude, I could see they did not have any attitude. They were working in a very open mind with us. That too, don't bite more than what you can chew. Just stick to your own experience. I did stick to my own experience as a VPPR and how to add more membership on being a role taker. So many things I learned from my mentors, working on moments of truth and club success plans for so many times with Natasha and with the guidance from Anup and Vijay and so on. How to run a club, mentorship structure, education sessions with Francis, and for so many things, almost leading different leaders with CK, how to conduct an events with Asim. So you have your own experience. So I did the same. I used my experience to share and discuss with them with an open mind, even learn from them. That helped me to a great extent. And in many of the cases, when we had 2 major events conducted there, many of those senior Toastmasters, when I reached out to them and sought their help, they put their hands up. They came in, they brought their friends, and they made those humongous success. So the 3 challenges I had in summary are the problem of plenty, and working remotely and leading a team, and managing or leading senior Toastmasters. In summary, I would definitely suggest you to don't bite more than you can chew. When you're in need of guidance, seek help from your mentors. When you work with senior club leaders, wear the right attitude. When you work with different leaders, trust them and let them run the show. Don't bite more than you can chew. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Nadian, for that practical advice. I think we all can use some of it. Definitely, I think it applies to most of us in some situations in life, wherein I think we all take additional responsibility without understanding the full nature of what we are taking on. The next topic would be table topics masters, but before that, I would hand it over back to our club president, Mukund, for the club business. Mukund, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Chetan. Slight deviation from our normal schedule, since some of the members have to leave early. We have to take a small break. What we will do now is we have 3 new people who would want to join the club, which is a great thing for Smedleys. And for that reason, we will have to do a voting in. And once we are done with the voting in, we will get back to table topic session. So, friends, we have 3 people now here who are going to be who want to join Smedley Speaker Society, and they have been attending our clubs very regularly.
Mukund, you want the guests to be out of the meeting, or you want to be part of this, them to be part of this discussion?
Not now. We will closely move. Yeah. Go ahead, Mukund.
Yeah. Okay. So, and they have been attending the meetings, both offline and online. Although one is not from India, so she has been regularly attending our club meetings online. It's such a privilege to have all these 3 people attend our club meetings. And now they have expressed their desire to join Smedley Speaker Society. So for that reason, we will go ahead and do a vote-in of all these 3 members. So before that, they will have to address the club for say 30 seconds to 45 seconds and tell us about themselves a little bit and why they want to become good communicators in their life. Yeah. So let us start off with the first person on the first row on my screen, which is Tara. So Tara, if you could please unmute yourself, tell us about yourself, and why you want to join Toastmasters.
Hi everyone, I'm Tara from Singapore, and I am turning 23 this year. So I'm actually right now a preschool teacher, in Singapore, and I'm gonna have a mid-career switch to being working in HR. Yeah, and I'm very interested to be a recruiter, especially because I love to get to know more people and get to know how they can work towards the company's growth. Yeah, so this is why I decided to make a mid-career switch to HR. Yeah, so Smedley's actually my friend Utkarsh, he has been talking about Smedley's all the time and how it has improved his speech and how he has been able to talk to me, especially because of Smedley's. So I was very curious and I decided to come on and experience the whole meeting. And after a few meetings, as Mukund said, I have been enjoying myself and I would love to improve my speech as well through Smedley's. Yeah, so thank you so much for having me here today.
Thank you, Tara. Let's hear it for Tara, please. All right. So the second person on the second row of my screen, Mr. Rajesh. If you could please tell us about yourself and let us know, of course, you have already introduced yourself, but please go ahead and tell us about yourself.
Thank you, sir, for that opportunity. My name is Rajesh. My wife and my son, we were all speech crafters 6 years back in Garden City Toastmasters Club, after which I joined the club, Garden City Toastmasters Club in 2016. And I'm with the club since. As a Toastmaster, I've completed, I am in my 5th path. And I was also a part of LDP program, Leadership Development Program last year. I was a CIC volunteer and as well as a unsuccessful club coach last year. I'm going to take up a club coach program again. I'll be assigned some other club this year. So this has been my Toastmaster journey. As I am interested in public speaking. Because I'm a head of sales and marketing of a particular IT firm. I am 27 years into IT. I was a developer earlier, and I've started wearing the shoes of marketing and sales around 15 years back. So that's a brief introduction about me. And going further in Toastmasters, I want to complete all the 11 parts as soon as possible. And I have applied for the area directors post several times, but unsuccessfully. So I'm looking forward even to be a area director in the near future. Yes, sir, that's a brief introduction about me. Back to you, sir.
Yeah, we have questions, Mukund?
Yes, Vijay. Let's finish the first round of getting everyone to speak, and then we can ask the question. I hope that's okay.
Yeah,
that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, all right. Very, very impressive, Rajesh. Your trajectory in Toastmasters is really wonderful, fantastic. A lot of things to learn. You mentioned LDP, and I have recently enrolled for NDP. As now, I think I have not done a mistake by doing that. Thank you so much for your interest in Smedleys. We have one more person who has again been very regular, attended our clubs both offline and online, and shown great interest to learn the art of public speaking. Can I request her, Devika, to tell us a little bit about yourself? Although you have done that, but still as a formality, please go ahead. Tell us about yourself in a couple of sentences and why you want to be in Toastmasters.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
This is Devika. These days I have been a guest, but today I have joined as a member in a speaker society. I'm glad to see here in the club so that I can improve my communication skills.
Thank you very much. Sorry, go ahead. You were saying something.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Devika. Let's hear it for Devika, please. Okay, so I think as per the process, I will have to create a breakout room and move all three of you to the breakout room while we have a small discussion amongst ourselves, and we will bring you back. Yeah, so I'll just move all the three. Sorry, Natasha, you're on mute if you're speaking.
Yeah, I think we first ask them our questions, then we
sorry.
move into the breakout room.
Sorry about that. Vijay had a question. So
I have questions for all the three. First, let's start with Tara. Tara, interesting that you are joining from Singapore. Now we would definitely miss the in-person meeting. And just promise us what is your target for attending the meetings going forward?
Yeah, so my objective of coming to Smedley's, right, it is to improve my my speaking skills with people and with presenting as well. Yeah, because as a HR working in HR, I'm going to be working with a lot of people and having meetings and things like that. So I do get a little nervous when I'm speaking in front of a group of people. So that's why I definitely want to improve my presentation skills and also just communication as a whole. Yeah.
Thank you. And probably I would like to suggest to experience the in-person meeting, you can go on as a guest in the Toastmaster Club in Singapore. and make use of that in-person meeting so that we could experience the public speaking much better. Yeah. All right. Online
Thank
meetings
you.
are always welcome. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Now we move on. We move on to Rajesh. Rajesh, many questions, but just bear with me. I think we met in the area division contest. I suppose. You
Yeah.
know, if I can tell you. Yeah. Also, one question wanted to ask you is what's your real motivation for taking up the dual membership? Uh, so, I mean, what is that you are expecting from the club? Can I have few words, Rajesh?
I know Smedley's from quite some time. I have attended like meetings even 7 years back. I was I think, met the founder of the club also a couple of times. We meet in the same premise, GCTC earlier. Used to meet in the same NIPM hall, but it was on a different day and at a different time. So, like the main motivation to join this club is to I want like slots to deliver my speeches, and I want to progress in my pathways journey. I want to complete almost all the paths as soon as possible, because there was like a small lull when I began as a Toastmaster. We had a different scheme those days. It was not pathways. And after that, no, we did not know what to do. We did not almost deliver speeches for more than a year's time. So this is a good, I see this club as a good opportunity where I can deliver my speeches and move forward in my pathway journey. So that is one of the reasons where I'm looking for a dual membership. Though I'll continue with my Garden City Toastmasters Club, I will be privileged if I'm allowed to be a member of this club as well.
All right. Just a follow-up question, like how frequently will you be delivering your speech and which path are you in currently?
I will have to purchase a new path to begin with, because I'm in my level 3 in my earlier path, so I will complete that path with the Garden City itself. I'll be purchasing a new path for this club. Mostly it will be leadership journey. Probably the path is around leadership.
Okay. So the frequency of speech deliveries,
Almost if I'm not traveling, it will be once every week.
Once every week, is it? Once every week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once every week.
All right. All right. I think if there are any other questions.
Yeah, I have a follow-up question to that. So Rajesh, we, like you see, knock on wood, we are a club of about 35 members. And we're hoping that we like to give an equal opportunity to everyone to progress in their path. It's very gratifying as an ex-VP education to hear and have someone who is willing to make a speech every week. But what if we cannot promise you that? Do we
Okay
still,
with me.
I'm sorry to be asking you such tough questions. I mean, we should actually be welcoming members, but we are not looking at, someone who joins the club. We have people who've been in this club for the last 9, 10 years. So we're looking at members who stay longer and build a relationship with the club. And that's why I have this question for you. What if we cannot promise you a slot every week because we are looking at developing everybody in the club?
That's okay with me, because I keep visiting many clubs. Like I can deliver those speeches elsewhere and get it approved by the team in this club. If that's okay. Even if it is once or twice every month, that should be okay with me.
Okay. So now again, another tough question, that if you are able to travel to other clubs, then what is the need for a dual membership?
No, I want to be a part of the contest, which will start in a few months from now. And like contest, no, it will demand us to be a part of a very healthy club. So I do not want to take any chances. I want to be a part of a club which is having like a lot of members, around 30 members. So where my position is secured.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Rajesh.
Thank you.
Tara, can I ask you also a question, please? Sorry. So Tara, like Vijay mentioned, and you mentioned that you're really looking at learning how to interact with people. And to the best of my knowledge and information, Singapore has a lot of Toastmasters Club. So why not, Mukund, don't hit me, Varun, don't hit me, the current committee. I'm not trying to drive away a potential member. I'm just trying to see how committed a potential member is. So why not a club that meets in person in Singapore?
Because right now what I'm thinking is there are lots of people who are working from home, especially in Singapore right now. So even in person or in through the camera, yeah, I'm actually a bit shaky. Yeah, so I definitely want to improve my interaction both online and offline. Yeah. So offline, I'm definitely doing lots of interviews now. As I've mentioned, I'm doing my mid-career switch. So yeah, and through online, I do need a little help as well. Yeah. So
Perfect.
that's why I'm like entering this club. Yeah.
Thank you.
And I definitely have wishes to come to India in person and come to one of your meetings. Definitely, it will be
Yes.
such a joy.
We'll give you enough
Yeah.
notice to plan your trip. Okay, thank you so much,
Yay.
Tara.
Thank you.
Back to you, Mukund, if anybody else has questions.
I had one question to Devika. Devika, you will be joining. How between your exam schedules and attending meetings, how are you planned for this next 6 months, Devika?
Just I have joined. I completed second PUC. Still, college is not started for degree. So in meantime, I'm attending this club, sir.
Oh, okay. All right. All the best to you. And thank you. Thank you so much for all the guests answering our questions. So, yeah, thank you. Thank you, Rajesh. Thank you, Tara. Welcome.
Anybody else has question? I have a question for our absconding member, Subhashni.
Natasha, I think Rajesh has
Go
to
ahead.
leave at 11 o'clock.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so we can ask that question later.
Yeah. All right. Over to breakout room. Yeah. Mukund, is it?
Yeah, I'm new to this, just trying to assign them manually.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, guys, I'm not able to.
Rajesh has already gone to breakout room, it seems.
He's already gone to.
Rajesh has gone to breakout room.
I think
Or has he
Rajesh
left
has
the
left.
meeting?
He has left.
I think he's dropped out from the meeting.
What is it?
He has some mandatory club coach starting at 11 a.m.
Okay. Yeah, Tara, if you can move, Mukund.
Yeah, I'm unable to move them to the room. It's not letting me move them to the room.
Okay.
Have you been able to create the breakout room?
As okay, where is BPN? He started as a host. Ankita.
Ankita is not here.
Ankita is dropped.
No, I can't. I don't think it's possible.
All right. So how do we?
So I think we can continue with the meeting and maybe this business we do after the meeting.
Should we do Should we do a Google form?
That also works.
Mukund, what do you say?
Or we need, oh no, no.
I can try to create a Google form. Mukund?
Yeah, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Okay, continue with the meeting. I'll post the Google form in the group.
Sure. Thanks, ma'am.
Chetan, back to you.
Thank you. So it's almost 11:10. Do we take the 5-minute break and regroup, or we just continue?
There is no break in online meeting, so you
Continue.
can continue with the meeting.
Sure. Okay, so now for one of the most interesting parts of today's meeting, which is the table topics. For table topics, we have one of the guy who believes that life has been very positive and kind to him. It seems that life he has been blessed with miracles. A businessman by profession and a globetrotter by vocation. Please welcome Shiva Shambhu as our table topic master.
Thank you all. Good morning once again to everyone. Hope I'm audible clearly. All right. So what a beautiful theme for the day, positive vibes. So life has been very positive. So I think my life itself been a positive vibe for me all this while. And I came across this small story. A wealthy businessman lived in a city where his business was flourishing and he was doing very good with his business. He had all the luxuries of the world disposable to him because he had amassed immense wealth. However, he was worried most of the time. He didn't know what to do. Many a times he's worried. And also he did not have a specific reason for being worried. Maybe that was his business that was bothering him, because he had all the luxury. He had his good family at his disposal, but he was worried most of the time. So one day he decided to go to the Hermitage to meet a sage. So he went to the sage and he told, sage, listen, I am doing very good in my business. I have a lot of wealth. I have all the luxuries. But for no reason, I don't know why, I am most of the time very worried. Please help me out to come out of this worrisome life that I'm facing. The sage looked at him, looked around him, and told him, do one thing, you come tomorrow. I'll tell you how to be happy and be worry-free in your life. Listening to him, the businessman went back to his home. Next day, he came back to the Hermitage, to a small hut where the sage lived. Upon seeing the sage was little worried and looking for something outside his hut. So the businessman came and asked Sage, what are you doing? He's like, I lost my ring. I'm just looking for the ring. So the businessman started following him and starting helping the search. Even he was searching for the ring. So he looked around most of the places outside his hut, but he couldn't find the ring. Out of curiosity, the businessman asked the sage, where have you lost the ring? So that it will make us easy to find the ring. The sage told it was inside the hut, but since it is dark inside, I'm looking for it outside. The businessman looked at Sage and asked, if you have lost your ring inside the hut, shouldn't you be looking inside? Why are you looking outside? So the sage told the businessman, this is what I wanted to tell you. This is the secret of happiness. This is how you can live a worry-free life. It is something inside that you have to look for, not outside. So having said this story with more positivity, let's give everyone, few of them at least, the chance to create their own story of being happiness. The topics are very simple, very simple. So do not break too much of head. Just feel free to set your vibe. All right. So I'll start. I'll share my screen. All right. So once my screen is visible, please give me a thumbs up. All right, great. So the first question, first I'll show the question, then probably I can pick a person. Yes. All right. So able to see my topic? Is my topic visible?
Yes, clear.
All right. So I think few of had delivered this speech, and now one moment, let me read out the topic. I myself am not able to see the topic because of this curtain coming down. One moment. Sorry for the delay because I myself was not able to read the topic. So happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your actions. And the topic goes to hope Francis sir is there. Francis sir?
He's not here.
He's not here. All right. So Amal, this topic goes to you.
Okay, thank you. Can someone be timer, please?
Okay, fine.
Shiva, can you repeat the topic if you don't mind?
Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions.
Amal, I will time. You can continue.
The biggest obstacle for happiness is the happiness, because mind is not meant to be happy, it is meant to survive. I don't know where this happiness word has come and made you mockery out of everyone. Well, life is like a Zomato and tomato. You see, one times Zomato goes up to 170, sorry, 150, and tomato is probably the 75. Today, the tomato is 150 and the Zomato is 75. So life keeps changing. But the best thing is you need to maintain the equilibrium in that change without losing your character. So if you go after happiness, all you get is misery. And I decided not to go after happiness. My mind is to survive every day, make a survival mindset, because our mind is created to survive. So if somebody is talking about happiness, I always tell them to you keep looking inside, because there is no thing called happiness in this life. It's all about how you survive. So with that note, I want to tell happiness should not be like the result of your action. It should be like the day you survive every day is the most happiest thing. So I want to keep it very simple and straight. Try to survive. You'll be happy. Over to you.
Very interesting take, Amal, that you say happiness is not something that you look for. It's you look for survival. I agree to your point to some extent, because as a human, survival is most important, or as a living creature, survival is one very important aspect of our life. But to a large extent, I do not agree completely, because I think we have everything that requires for our survival. It's what we have to do is live the life. So this is my personal take on it. Maybe everyone's take might differ. With this, we go on to our second topic. And hello. Am I audible?
Yeah,
I
you are
guess I'm
audible.
having some
You are
network
audible.
issue.
Please continue. Clear.
All right. So my second topic is have good time while there's still time. And this topic goes to our newly welcoming member, Tara. Have a good time while there is still time.
Well, I agree to this sentence to a certain extent. So basically right now, have I told you that I'm 23? Yeah, so I'm in my emerging years of being an adult. So working and things like that as it's still new to me at this point. Yeah, so having a good time for me implies that I can have fun going out with my friends and having some drinks, having some you know just enjoyable activity that I can do together with my friends. So while there is time, I must think about that very carefully, because there are some things that I might not be able to do as I move on in life, as I grow older. Of course, aging is definitely one of my issues, especially I'm a girl. Yeah, so there's some things that I'm very, very worried about as time goes forward. I do worry about being as active as I am now, being able to be as active as I am now, and whether I can have a good time, because I'm actually quite an active person. I love to rock climb, and I love to play basketball actually. Yeah, so yeah, I would definitely be trying to take out more of my time to do what I love to do. So definitely have a good time while there is time. Yeah, thank you so much.
Great take, Tara. Do what you love to do. It's the most important time. Till we have time, we should try to do as much as possible what we love to do. With this, we go on to our next topic, and it says, people say nothing is impossible, but I do nothing every day. And this topic goes to one of our favorite, Nadi. Nadi, sir. Nadian, sir?
Yes, sure. Can you, sorry, can you repeat?
Yeah. People say nothing is impossible, but I do nothing every day.
Absolutely. People say nothing is impossible, everything can be done. But when you work towards doing something, you need to put a lot of effort. And that is where you need to make a conscious call, where you prioritize and plan your effort and focus on the right thing. And once you have a plan and you put your efforts, everything can be achieved. That is a part about nothing is impossible. The other part is I do nothing every day. That is also very, very important. If not, at least half an hour of meditation every day, or your own chill out time, or if not every day, at least once in a week, say on Sunday, 1 hour, couple of hours, you take time to do nothing. Doing nothing is scientifically and psychologically proven that helps your brain to rest and re-energize itself. So the most important thing is to do nothing every day than even chasing the impossible things and prove that you can do that. Back to you, table topic master Shiva.
Thank you for that scientific angle, that doing nothing helps your brain to rest and improves your brain capacity. That's actually a very good take on this topic. So with this, we move on to our next topic. Okay. It's not strength, it's perception that makes you strong. So this topic will go to our guest, Shubhashini. Are you there, Shubhashini?
She's not a guest.
She's not a
sorry.
guest, but she qualifies for a guest.
Subhashini, time to come back, become more
My
regular
bad, I'm
now.
extremely sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. I just came when he was inducted, and after this, now only I'm coming. I think so. That's okay.
She's our star speaker. She's won the India level table topic.
Timing started. Timing started.
Okay. Yeah, everybody. So this is the strength, you know, the perception does matter. Somebody thinks me as a guest, somebody thinks me as a star speaker. But what one believes about oneself is what makes you the strongest person that you can be. I would like to say the mind, mind plays a very major role in all our lives, but we just take mind, we have to master our mind. You would have heard it saying that you have to master your mind, because a mind has the capacity to see a small stone as a big mountain to a small stone. All that it takes is, yes, I can do it. And you drive your mind. You say, you don't just listen to your mind, but you make your mind listen to you. I think that is where the power, the perception, the strength, the courage, everything lies in how you master your mind. For example, you want to work out and your mind says, let's sleep. I just had food. Oh my God, no, I want to sleep. You say, just listen to me and get to the mat, or, walk in the treadmill, or go for a walk, or go for the run. And you command that mind. So perception or your thought is all about how you navigate your mind. You have to navigate, and you don't follow where your mind navigates you. I think that is a very simplest formula that there is in life for us to kind of achieve where we have to achieve, be it happiness, be it success. Everything comes in the way we learn to master and go through this life. I think that's why they say be the master of your mind and not a servant for your mind. So let's all learn that. I think that's where our perceptions, our thought process, and the way we are will become stronger. So every time you kind of feel yourself as like low or weak, all that you have to say is just stay away and I'll handle it. And we have to just jump and say a problem is not a problem, and we are going to look forward for a solution. And when do we do it? Now is the time we do it. And I think all of this matters. So I think let's all kind of continue to learn to master our mind and be the masters of our mind. And hence, we also witness how our life changes drastically with that. So probably you're a cat, but all that we see is a lion, and we are that. So what we actually do is we are actually lion inside, but we see cat as the shadow. But let's all kind of do the reversal, saying that we have immense potential, and let's all like learn to go inwards and see that, and portray it outside. Thank you. Thank you for this topic.
Wow, Shubhani, indeed you are a great speaker, star speaker, and this was just a glimpse. I hope you come more often to our meetings and even help us learn more from your skills. What a take. Make your mind not be a slave of your mind. All right. So with this, we move on to our next. Hope we have time TM mode.
Just one more topic, I believe.
One more topic.
One more topic. All right.
Yeah.
To thrive in life, you need 3 bones: a wishbone, a backbone, a funny bone. And this topic goes to Bitasta.
Thank you for the topic, Shiva. Well, I believe there are different lifelines that we need to thrive in life. But these are the basic ones that is mentioned here: wishbone, backbone, and a funny bone. We need wish, we need hope to move on, definitely. Backbone serves as a support. Whenever there's hope, whenever we fail, we need to uplift ourselves, and we need exuberant, boisterous people around us to uplift, to help us feel motivated and get the positive vibes. So they are like a backbone support. And a funny bone. They say life, do not take it seriously. A lot of things happen which we don't even have any explanation. We don't have complete control. But what we do have control is on how we take it, how we feel it, and not affect us internally. So just take it as a joke. Sometimes you can troll yourself, your life, oh my God, and that's how you laugh with your peers, with your friends, and move on. So these are the basic tools which do help. I still am learning to implement these tools, but yes, I do have a backbone support, and I do have hope in me, and the trolling part is always there. So that's a fun way to lead life and have fun with life and feel it, rather than do something about it or think or overthink about it. So yes, thank you. And back to you, TTM Shiva.
Thank you, Bitasta. This is exactly what even I felt while I was creating this topic. That yes, wishbone, we require some wish or vision to our life. Backbone, we do need support, and how we look at our life, what our situations, taking happy moments out of it, creating moments to laugh. That's how we lead our life. To this, we come to end of this table topics. Hope you all enjoyed it. And back to you, TM Modi, for the day.
Thank you, Shiva, for those beautiful topics. I think they were fascinatingly underwoven with today's theme, positive vibes. So I think thank you for that beautiful work. Now we move on to the third and a critical part for evaluation of the prepared speeches. I request the general evaluator Bidasta to share her thoughts on the meetings and the speeches. Bidasta, the stage is yours.
Well, so finally we come to the last segment of the meeting, that is the evaluation. I quickly start with the overall theme and how the meeting was started, starting from our essay, Ragini. The theme itself was positivity is contagious. And I believe we have wonderful members with all the positive experience. We heard so many positive real life stories throughout the meeting that now I feel recharged with all the positivity quotient that I needed for the day. That quota is over for the day, and I am so thrilled to carry on and move on to next week, especially on a Monday. Starting with Ragini. Ragini, you gave a good introduction. You precisely mentioned the rules and you introduced the president of our club really nicely. So I don't have any such feedback over there. Just one feedback, since you are the one who is starting the meeting, the person starting need to have very high energy, and you were positive, you had a beautiful smile in your face, but a little bit more energy would have been in tune with the theme and uplifted it much more higher. So that is just one feedback from my end. Going on to our president, Mukund. Mukund also gave a very good introduction, giving clarity on emotions, positive, negative, how we can control and how we can master on them. He introduced the guests really nicely. I enjoyed the introduction and interaction with the guests, especially because we have so many guests who are becoming a member of our club, and they had so many experience and reasons, different kind of reasons and different motivation to join the club. So that was really enriching to hear that. And again, a great introduction to T-Mod of the day, Chetan. You gave it so nicely, as if we felt Chetan have been a part of our team of our club for a very long time. So it was really nice. Only thing that I believe you forgot was to open the meeting, declare the meeting open. That is something which I missed. Chetan, I will come back to you towards the end. Before I go to the speakers and the evaluators and the TTM, can we have the reports from our tag team? Timer, could you please share that if everybody qualified?
I think the evaluation session is still pending. So do you want to finish that and then?
Sure, I will. Okay, so I will directly go to the evaluators, starting with evaluator 1, with Dilip, who will be evaluating Vijay, our speaker number 1 today. So Dilip, could you please share your feedback?
Sure. Thanks, Vitasta. Good morning, everyone, and Vijay. What is in a name? It was famously said by none other than Shakespeare. And today we heard a different take on that. There's always something in a name. And you told us a story about Malaravan, which is a very subtle, nice name about a subtle flower, and how it became Vijay. And finally, the real Vijay, and who has been shaped through all your experiences of success and failures. Through that process, how you really overcame or transcended yourself from a simple name as Vijay and to a real person who adapt to life through your exuberant approach to like success and failures. Excellent. So that was an excellent speech, and we are all well connected with your speech. We're able to connect our own names or our own story, and how a particular name or a word, how it can really impact you. Even sometimes people make you try to motivate you. They use a lot of positive words and bring you positive vibes in you. And same way, names and words can really influence human mind and how that is actually carried through. And Vijay, you actually sprinkled humor into your speech, which actually made us a lot of interesting take on that. You did a wordplay on Vijay Lakshmi, Vijay Nagar, Vijay Studio, and even going for honeymoon to Vijay Vada. Like that was an excellent take. And being a veteran TM, I'd never felt it is like a icebreaker speech. Like you always have, you break ice into a whiskey glass or into a Toastmasters meeting. It's always interesting and made us well connected. So well done, Vijay, on that aspect. You well connected with all of us, and you had an excellent clarity in your speech, and you are well aware of the audience, and you're very comfortable. You generate interest in all of us in giving that speech. And however, I can point out few improvement areas where one thing I felt is even before the meeting, he was asking us about a camera position, and I thought you're going to stand and deliver a speech, and which I couldn't. We are sitting and doing that. And when going through also, you had we typically have an offline meeting. We do an eye scan of the audience. I don't know whether very sure you are referring some notes or you're really going through the audience. And another thing, what you could have done better is like a bit more vocal variety. For example, you go to that restaurant and somebody is calling out your name. Hey, you can just imitate somebody is calling in the restaurant, like, hey, Vijay, number 3, table 3, something like that. Then you are jumping in front of somebody else, some other Vijay, and occupying the seat. Create some kind of a drama or some interest you could have made in a vocal variety aspect. And like I said, when you're standing there delivering, the gestures could have been even better. And but however, otherwise, it was an excellent speech. We all like got entertained, and like our beloved CK used to say, because you're restarting a new path, and like CK said, don't be afraid to start over again. You will not starting from the
Dilip, that was a great evaluation. Thank you for that. Like such stalwarts like Vijay, I don't have anything to say. I believe you could also have added one feedback that I have noted, which is while he was standing, he was much more closer to the camera, because of which we could see not directly towards the face, but a little bit of the face in an upward angle. So my request would be to position yourself so that your face is coming directly towards us. And also regarding the vocal clarity, I do agree, but I would also like to add on to that, the words were clear, but it maybe a little bit louder would have been much more clearer, so that we could have captured each and everything, though we did understand, but just for further clarity. That is something which I wanted to add. So thank you for the wonderful feedback and evaluation, Dilip, and thank you, Vijay. It's always a pleasure listening to you. Going to our second evaluator of the day, Ragini. Ragini would be evaluating Alam. So Ragini, stage is all yours.
Thank you, Vitasta. Hi, Alam. Congratulations on your icebreaker for the next path, which you have chosen. I have not seen an icebreaker like this before. So icebreakers, I think in a different way that you'd be introducing yourself, but you chose a very different theme. It started the title itself, yet another icebreaker. I I was thinking, what is a deeper meaning inside it? It looks like as if, a traveler has traveled so long and there is a tiredness in that title. It's kind of sending a kind of, it was intriguing. The title itself was intriguing. Then I felt that it's more than an icebreaker. I could see this as an honest confession, which is like delivering an impactful message. That's how I see this this icebreaker as. It's not a very it's not easy to give speak your heart out, and something that has been lingering in your mind. You chose to use this platform and display that openly. I think that was kudos to you for that. And firstly, I would say your start was you built that curiosity. The structure was there. You built a curiosity with how you explained, about your father's personality. And slowly, I think that you built up and that impact was delivered. Like how that affected your, personality, as in you became very introvert. And the second point, I think you just, as you chose only 2 points to discuss about in your icebreaker speech about this aspect, and the other aspect was the cultural influence, like something that has shocked you, which was very normal for you as growing up. And now today people are questioning your own beliefs and your own liberal attitude. I think that also kind of had a very good impact on the audience. You connected very well. So your style of delivery, I feel, is very casual. You have a very good comfort level and you understand the audience. And there is a certain sense of honesty in your delivery. What I would suggest, I mean, everything is perfect in terms of listening to you. It's like a very good narration, strong narrative skills you have, and the audience is taken through the whole journey. Only thing I would have loved to hear is when you said that you've changed from your introvertedness to now, the path. We would have loved to hear how you have changed, some positive, because that will end this whole speech in a positive tone, because it was kind of little heavy, but I would have loved to, see some kind of positive at the end, that any instance which you have changed in your life, and that, you could share it with us. That is the only suggestion I have, and everything else was really heartwarming and beautiful speech. Thanks, Sala.
Thank you, Ragini. In fact, I completely agree to everything that you said. Yes, it resonated with us really deeply, and we felt very much connected, and feeling was very intense, but a little bit lighthearted, or something lighthearted as in how your take was and how your journey was. That addition would have been perfect. So thank you for the wonderful speech. Thank you for sharing your thoughts, and thank you for the evaluation, Alam and Ragini. Going to our third evaluator, our President Mukund. He would be evaluating speaker number 3, Nadian Selvam. The stage is all yours, Mukund.
Thank you, General Evaluator Vidaka. Hello, everybody, and Nadian in particular. Nadian, I really don't have words to say, right? What you have gone through in the last 6 months has been so intense for you. I think you have definitely come out of it as a thoroughly evolved leader, right? You have had to face so many challenges, your personal life, you as an area director, the LDP that you were pursuing, and one more challenge that you had faced with, right? So with all this, you have really come out successful. Now, really hats off to you for this evolution of yours, right? And you very crisply said how you approach this and what were your strategies, your approach to overcome the obstacles that you are facing, right? It could be approaching your mentors, it could be being very crisp, it could be attending the area council meetings regularly and not getting bogged down just because there were senior members in your team, having an open-minded approach and leverage Smedley's. The most important point that I could note here was leverage the Smedley's members to get inputs for you to overcome your obstacles, overcome your problem, and come out successful in this. An excellent journey in the last 6 months. You really impressed, I'm sure, each and every Smedleyan through what you have done in the last 6 months. Again, hats off to you, Nadia. There are some points that I would really like to inform. One is the objective of this whole exercise that you did, right, based on the evaluation guidelines that you had sent to me, was that one was the organization of the speech itself. I thought there was something lacking in the way the entire speech was organized. There had to be a little more clarity to know what is the opening, what is the body of the speech, what is the closure, right? So to that extent, I was unable to kind of make out, right? So that is one point that I have. The second one I have is the evaluation says that you should have received feedback on your leadership skills from members of the organization in form of a 360-degree evaluation. Perhaps you could have shared the feedback that you had received from from the members of the organization, right? Like a 360-degree evaluation, right? They will evaluate you as their leader. They would have evaluated you as a part of 360-degree evaluation. Maybe you could have shared that in your speech. And also, you had to develop a succession plan, right? In the transition of your leadership role. So maybe you could have told us what that succession plan is all about. You could have told us that, and as a part of your speech. And lastly, but not least, I got a little bit confused with the title. Your title was like, "Don't bite more than you can chew," but it looked like you were biting. You were able to overcome all these things, right? Although you took so many things, you were able to bite it successfully, so to speak. So I got a little bit confused as to what exactly the title was. Don't bite more than you can chew. Are you trying to tell us to take more responsibilities, or are you trying to tell us take whatever you can do? So this is basically my feedback. But excellent, Nadian, you are an example to each and every Smedleyan. I can tell you. I'm sure many of us here looked up your leadership, and looking forward to hear more of your speeches as well. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster. Evaluate.
Thank you, Mukund. You have said it all, and I really don't have anything to add on to that. We had such good speakers today. They are one of the most senior members of Toastmasters and have been a past president, and so many other roles they have taken, as well as the evaluators. So really, I don't have to add anything, but it was really good intake in terms of knowledge, in terms of positivity, in terms of lessons. Thank you for that. I'll move on to the TTM, our Shiva. Shiva, whenever you start speaking, I always see a very positive, fresh start with your smile. So that is really good. Keep it up. That grabs all of our attention immediately. You also gave a good brief introduction about the theme. And I believe you could have talked about the role, the purpose of the table topic session, so that it gives some buffer or some idea to the speakers, to the guests who are attending for the first time. So that could have been done. The topics were amazing. It was in line with the theme, and everybody were able to speak really profoundly. So in that way, you had diverse set of topics, a lot of intakes, a lot of further knowledge and further experience we got to hear. So that was really great of you. And you also brought connections. You shared your input after every speaker spoke. So that was also there. The only thing, another thing that I would like to add would be whenever you're showing the topic, you don't have to put the screen on. You can just show the topic to the speaker and then you can close it. That is how we do on table topics. Otherwise, by looking at it, it will be like we are looking and we are continuously referring to that. We should have it in our mind and start speaking about it impromptu. Yes, that's all I have to share. Before I go ahead with the team mod, I would like to ask our tag team role players to share their report. I will be moving on to timer of the day, Amal. He's also the R counter. So Amal, could you please share the time report and if everybody is qualifying or any disqualification? Over to you, Amal. Am I audible?
Yeah, sorry, the issue with the system. 1 minute. Let me share the screen. Can you see the screen?
Nope.
No, just one.
We lost your screen.
Can you see now?
No.
It's coming up,
coming up.
but not
It's
showing.
coming but blank.
Okay, no problem. So let
I
me.
think you'll have to select the screen. Okay.
I did that. In the first session, that is the prepared speech, everyone qualified. Vijay took 1 minute, 15 minutes, 13 seconds. Alam took exactly 6 minutes, and Nadine took 7 minutes, 20 seconds. In table topics, everybody qualified. Amal took 1 minute, 14 seconds. Tara took 1 minute, 39 seconds. Nadine took 1 minute, 15 seconds. Subhashni took 2 minutes, 24 seconds. And Bitasta took 1 minute, 30 seconds. In the evaluation session, Mukund took 3 minutes, 45 seconds, that is disqualified. And Ragini took 3 minutes. Dilip took 4 minutes. So again, Dilip is disqualified. Over to you, Bitasta.
So Ragini is the only winner.
Thank you, Amal. So could you please repeat who are the ones, if there is any disqualification? I missed that.
Yeah,
out.
in evaluation session, Mukund exceeded the time. He took 3 minutes, 44 seconds.
Okay.
And Dilip took 4 minutes.
Okay, thank you. I'll move on to your next role, which is our counter. If you could also share the grudge words, the
Yeah,
not so important pause that we have taken. Yes.
I seriously want to share the screen now. So
Yes.
I hope this time it happens. You're able to see the screen?
No, you have to select a particular screen. Can you select the window?
1 minute. Let me. Window. Yeah.
No, the sharing is gone now. You share again and go to that screen.
Okay. Entire screen. Then?
Now switch to that, whatever you want to show. Just slide it to that screen.
Yeah, but it is not reflecting here.
Are you able to see your screen, what you want to present?
No, I'm not able to
Try
see.
going to that.
Share screen.
Yeah, then select that screen.
It's not coming up. I don't know why.
It's okay, you can narrate if
Can you see now?
Yeah, it says screen sharing, but it's coming as blank.
Okay. I don't want to waste time. Ragini, overall, no, entire session, she took, 6 hours and 1 repeated word, President Mukund, I got tired. He used 28 hours. After that, I gave up. And 1 repeated word, And I'm going to just kind of talk about the ones which is kind of slightly deviated from our accounters. So Raghu Mahadev, he repeated, used 1 repeated word, that is VV, and 7 UNOs. And TMOD Chetan, 9 hours. And Shubhashni again 3 UNOs and 4 hours. And Dilip 7 hours. So apart from that, everyone took 1 or 2 hours, not more than 5. So that's the report. Over to you, Dasta.
Thank you, Amal. I will next move on to Dilip, our grammarian of the day. Dilip, please share your insight about the grammar, the English usage, the word of the day.
Yeah, so I'll be doubling as grammarian as well as a parliamentarian, which is not assigned. So I took it on myself halfway through. So, okay, coming back to the grammarian role, the word of the day exuberant is used by Ragini, myself, Pitasa, Chetan. Anyone else? Please mention. Okay. Even I put it as a background myself, and maybe next time we all should keep it as a background so that it is a reminder for everyone. Okay, coming back to the good usage of the language, I noted few. Walk the talk. Time spent is not equivalent to experience. Curiosity with a positive mindset. Life is a balance between success and failure. Humongous effort. Problems of plenty. Bite more than you can chew. Amazed, immense wealth. Be the master of your mind. Positivity is contagious. And some of the not so good of good usage of the languages. Part of our clubs could be part of our club. Some of the pronunciation is slightly off. Say amazed could be amazed, or I don't know whether the right usage. You're amazing, or I don't know. Shiva can explain that. And I did not notice much other not so good usage of the language. And some of the strong messages were there, like from all the speeches. So from Alam, you clearly talk about need for living together in a harmonious way. And from Nadian, it was a two-way kind of a thing, how to manage your time and with a commitment, fulfill your commitment. So he gave us both flavor from the both side. And from Vijay's talk, we know how the word or phrases empower human mind. So that is the take on parliamentarian. And from the grammarian role. From the parliamentarian role, I'm going to test your listening skills. And before that, I think we all followed all the parliamentary rules set by Toastmasters, and I did not notice any other deviation. So from your listening skills, what is the name of the restaurant Vijay was going with his wife? Yeah, Amal.
Vidyarthi Bhavan.
Correct. And how many roles Nadine was playing at the same time? Yeah, even I didn't notice exactly. Maybe Nadine can answer that. I think 3. Yeah. Alam was mentioning many festivals names in his speech. Can you name few? Yeah, please go ahead.
Moram, Saraswati Puja.
Yeah.
Eid.
Yeah. And Ram Leela.
Ram Leela movie. Yeah.
Correct. Okay. So that's it from my side. And who has answered got how many? Like 1 lakh points. Okay. Back to Vitasta.
So we have our 2 members who have taken 4 roles. Amal played timer, our counter, Dilip, grammarian, and parliamentarian. Thank you for your support. It was indeed a very good report. And it's difficult, especially with timing. You have to manage all the other things. So I think you guys did a brilliant job. Thank you. I also missed one point. So we started with the meeting at 10:03. I believe some connectivity issue was there by one of our members. So I would request the members to start logging in at least keeping few minutes in hand in buffer. So that way we can start perfectly on time. And with the vibe of the meeting, I think I have already illustrated on that. Everything was followed. It was a very fruitful meeting, I would say. But last and not the least, our Toastmaster of the day, Chetan. So Chetan is a very new member of our club, and like Mukund introduced to him, even it is difficult for us to understand or believe that he's actually a new member because of the fluency, the body language, the confidence that he owns when he speaks. That is very much evident from his from the way he delivers. I will start with the background first. Chetan's background itself was one of the best backgrounds that I have seen. Seeing that, I can only see that fresh breeze and the positive breathe that I can inhale and exhale all the positivity as well. So nice choice of background, Chetan. You also started with a very good introduction with the story of Ramesh and Suresh. You gave riddles in between. You introduced all the speakers really well. Like you did your homework, you asked them and you had your takes or insights about what they have to say about the theme. So I believe you had all the elements that an efficient Toastmaster of the day would have. And there is no feedback or there is no point that I would like to take out from there. My feedback would be, since you have all the elements, the only thing that you can do for the future would be to add some more voice modulation, because you had started with a story, you brought out riddles. So a little bit voice modulation, a little bit of upliftment of the expressions or energy changes when you were narrating the stories, that could have been more, we could have felt more connected to what you were saying. Especially when you were talking about Ramesh and Suresh, I believe it could have been added with some more humor. And even when you were introducing the speakers, you could have showed a little bit more energy, because you kind of had a constant body language, which is great, but modulation would add all those extra spices to make it more flavorful. That is what I'd like to say. And one more thing, I would also like to believe that if you maintain an eye contact with all the audience, that also captivates the mood and lifts up the mood a little bit more. You did maintain it, but if it was not at the eye level, it was a little bit downwards where you were looking. Perhaps the names were reflecting there, but I would request to look on the camera and maintain an eye contact, little bit of clarity and voice modulation, and with all the other elements, I'm sure you're going to master and bring all the other shades of Chetan that we can also learn from you. So that's all in terms of feedback for our Toastmaster of the day. I really enjoyed the session. Thank you for that. And I would like to hand over the stage back to you, Chetan.
Thank you, Bidasta, for that generous evaluation and taking up the GE role. Okay, I think we are at 12. I'll not take much time. I'll quickly ask Mukund to give answer for the riddle. Even Nitasha was right, so we can we can close the riddle. Mukund, you want to talk about the solution to the riddle?
Yeah, the solution to the riddle is that for Ramesh to charge Suresh a fee to get into his well and draw water. The well anyway belongs to Ramesh, but the water might belong to Suresh. But then instead of charging for the water, he can charge an entry fee. End of the day, it's the same, whether you charge for the water or you charge it as an entry fee. Give it a different name, but make money out of it.
So thank you, Mukund, for your take. Yeah, and as we move towards the last part, I would just like to say that being positive is not a battle of the body. Being positive is not a battle of the mind. It's a battle of the soul. And with that, I'll hand it over back to Mukund to close the proceedings. Thank you.
Thank you, Chetan, for that wonderful session. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause to today's Toastmaster of the day, Chetan Deshmukh. Excellent. So we have few announcements to make. I will quickly go ahead and make those announcements. One is, I think all the 3 members have been voted in as the new members, except that there was one question for Rajesh, but I don't think that means that he has not been voted in. So all 3 have been voted in. I would request either Ankita or Varun to please go ahead, talk to them and get them to make the payments and start slotting speeches for them. Sorry, assigning mentors for. That was the first announcement. The second one I had is celebratory news, and that is to say that both Alam and Vale both have completed level 3. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause. The first two guys in this term who have completed their respective levels. So the next thing is, Smedley is also moving towards automation, and none other than our own Sergeant at Arms, Utkarsh, has automated Zoom recordings on YouTube. Let's hear it for Utkarsh for this great automation, please. Another announcement, next week, our VP Ed, Ankita, has scheduled a pathways refresher session on the 30th by none other than our past president, Arun Kota. So all of you, please make sure you attend and understand pathways, right? What exactly it is, how many pathways are there, how do you choose your pathway, and what are the levels in it. All these things will be covered by Arun Kota. Arun Kota has conducted education sessions multiple times before in our meetings, and a lot of us have benefited from it. So I would strongly urge even the old members who are not fully aware of what pathways is all about, I would request all of them to attend the next week's meeting. It will be an online meeting again. So please attend the meeting and then get to know more about pathways. And finally, we need volunteers for taking up roles in the next meeting. Please message me, Ankita, on if any of you would like to take up any roles in the coming meeting. So these are the some of the announcements that I wanted to make. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I think we had a wonderful meeting today, a full jam-packed session. 3 speeches, table topics, a fantastic evaluation. I think we all deserve a big round of applause before I declare the meeting closed. And as usual, we are almost on time. We'll go 2 minutes late. Is there anything anybody would like to say? Yeah, Natasha.
Reminder for renewals, please.
Yeah, so almost 6 of them have promised. 15 have already paid up. 6 of them have promised to make the payment before the end of this month. That makes it 21. So we still have around 9 more people to renew. I will follow up. Varun is also following up. I am also following up. We both will follow up for them to renew before the end of this month. Hopefully, we should get almost 95% of them renewing by end of this month. We will get to it.
I will also join you in following up. Sorry, I was busy the whole of last week. This week onwards, I am free.
All right. Okay. Anything else? Anybody? We didn't have the What's the Buzz session, but if anybody wants to speak, please go ahead. Yeah, Priyanka.
So as everyone knows that I've got a job 15 days back. So this is a new setup. It's a French-based bakery. So it will open up by next month, by second week or something. So that's the reason I was unable to join our Sunday meeting. So today I had time. A chef told me to come a little late, so I was able to attend the meeting. So and it's in Yelahanka, Dodbalapur. I will send you the location once it's opened, and you can come anytime and taste the pastries which we have there. Okay, it's all pure French pastries and other things you'll get, like the French bucket and your sandwiches and all that. Whoever is interested can come. And I know our club is so huge that we'll be having birthday parties and shows. So whenever you people have your alternative Sunday hybrid meeting and anyone's birthdays are there around that clock, please let me know. I will coordinate with my chef and probably we can give a nice cake. and the flavor and all that. So please let me know. I'm so sorry I couldn't attend any of the meetings. I know I miss a lot of all of you, especially Mukund. I miss the essay role, me introducing Mukund every Sunday morning. I miss my sweetheart here, Francis Gama. And I miss my best friend here, Shiv Shambhu. And I'm seeing Vijay and Nadi after a long time. Dilip, though, I keep messaging him once in a while. Amal, I'm not sure. Sorry, Amal, I couldn't get contact with you. But anyone's birthday, it will open second week of August. I will tell you when it is open. Please come down there.
Très bien, Priyanka, très bien. That is very good in French for a new chef in a French restaurant.
Mukund, please teach me little French. How much you know? You know, sometimes
I don't know French. I just heard something in movies.
No, most of the ingredients are all in French, Mukund, and I can't even hardly pronounce what it is, you know.
Okay.
Chef is telling
Before you go
all the
ahead,
things.
let me close the meeting, right? I don't want the meeting end time to be recorded very late. So let me go ahead and close the meeting and then we can continue on our discussion. So ladies and gentlemen, I declare meeting number 884 closed. Thank you.
Priyanka, we are shifting now. The new NIPM hall is your restaurant.
Please come. Mukund, stop the recording first, then you can continue here.
Mukund,
Yes.
we have a very important meeting number coming up, 888.
Wow. Once again, where is the record button here?
I think so. There's a record button down. You can stop it, I think. It's down.